In his 2008 nonfiction work, The Senator and the Sharecropper, The Freedom Struggles of James O. Eastland and Fannie Lou Hamer, author and historian Chris Myers Asch delves into the intertwined stories of two influential individuals from rural Mississippi in the 20th century who found themselves on opposite sides of the battle for African American rights. James O. Eastland, a prominent U.S. senator known for his staunch support of Southern segregation, and Fannie Lou Hamer, a tireless civil rights activist fighting for the rights of women and Black Americans, grew up within close proximity to each other in a backwoods Mississippi county. Eastland, born in Doddsville, Mississippi in 1904, was raised on a cotton farm owned by his father, Woods Caperton Eastland, a lawyer actively involved in Democratic Party politics. Despite the abolishment of slavery and some mechanization of farming practices, the Eastland farm still relied on the labor of impoverished African Americans, predominantly as sharecroppers. After attending segregated schools in Scott County, Mississippi, Eastland pursued higher education at the University of Mississippi, Vanderbilt University, and the University of Alabama before acquiring legal knowledge from his father. Following his admission to the bar and a term as a Democratic member of the Mississippi House of Representatives, Eastland assumed responsibility for his father's plantation in Sunflower County. Meanwhile, Fannie Lou Hamer's family moved to Sunflower County when she was just 2 years old, settling only a few miles away from the Eastland family farm. Hamer, born into a large family of destitute sharecroppers, would later emerge as a powerful force in the civil rights movement. Her activism included co-founding or contributing to several significant initiatives in the 1960s and 70s, such as the influential Freedom Summer Campaign of 1964. At her memorial service, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Andrew Young emphasized the profound impact Hamer had on the nation, stating that she shook its very foundations. As Asch expertly weaves together the narratives of James O. Eastland and Fannie Lou Hamer, he provides readers with a nuanced exploration of their contrasting paths and the pivotal role they played in the ongoing struggle for equality and justice in America. Hamer's upbringing revolved around the cotton plantation owned by W.D. Marlowe, where her parents and older siblings toiled. Joining the workforce at the age of 6, she, too, became a cotton picker. During the winter months when the plantation was dormant, young sharecroppers' children were permitted to attend a one-room school until the planting season resumed in spring. Despite her exceptional academic abilities, Hamer was compelled to abandon her education at 12 to care for her aging parents. Throughout her adulthood, she continued working on the plantation, tirelessly picking 300 pounds of cotton daily. However, everything changed when she turned 27, and the plantation owner discovered her ability to read. Consequently, she was given more administrative responsibilities that were less physically demanding, which was particularly beneficial for her leg, which had been affected by polio during her youth. Around the same time, Mississippi's governor appointed Eastland to the U.S. Senate as a Democrat, following the passing of a sitting senator. Initially, Eastland enjoyed a relatively harmonious relationship with President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. However, tensions arose when President Harry S. Truman, who took a special interest in advancing the civil rights of African Americans, assumed office. Even during World War II, Eastland openly expressed his belief in the inherent inferiority of Black Americans compared to whites. He went so far as to oppose the inclusion of Black soldiers in the war effort, asserting that white soldiers were fighting to uphold white supremacy. Eastland vehemently criticized Truman after the president's address to the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, accusing him on the congressional floor of attempting to dismantle Southern culture under the pretense of civil rights legislation. During the 1950s, Hamer attended civil rights conferences, gradually immersing herself in the broader movement. However, her direct involvement commenced in 1962 when she joined other activists in their quest to register to vote. Following her failed attempt to register to vote, Hamer faced severe consequences for her actions. She was promptly fired from her job at the plantation and became a target of white supremacists, who shot at her and forced her to flee her county due to threats from the Ku Klux Klan. The subsequent year, Hamer attended a conference organized by the Southern Poverty Law Center, where she was unjustly arrested and brutally beaten by inmates under the instruction of the police. This violent encounter resulted in lasting kidney damage for Hamer. Undeterred by these acts of intimidation, Hamer co-founded the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party as an alternative to the all-white Dixiecrats who dominated the political landscape in the Deep South. Her goal was to challenge the oppressive system and provide a voice for marginalized communities. During the 1964 Democratic National Convention, Hamer delivered a passionate and televised speech that reverberated across major networks. In her address, she questioned the true nature of America and its commitment to freedom and bravery. She emphasized the simple desire for equal rights and dignified lives as she voiced the struggles faced by African Americans. While Hamer fought tirelessly for equality, Eastland, on the other hand, actively worked to undermine efforts like hers. He vehemently opposed landmark decisions such as the Brown v. Board of Education ruling on desegregating schools and vehemently opposed the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Eastland remained steadfast in his determination to suppress the voting rights of Black Americans, and he even attempted, albeit unsuccessfully, to obstruct the appointment of Thurgood Marshall, a highly qualified Black man, to the Supreme Court. The Senator and the Sharecropper vividly portrays the contrasting journeys of these two individuals, offering an often infuriating account of the struggle to bring about equality in the Deep South. Fannie Lou Hamer's courageous efforts, alongside many others like her, serve as a testament to the relentless determination that pushed the region towards a more just era, even in the face of deep-rooted prejudices held by figures such as James O. Eastland. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.